Even by series standards, Episode 7 of Dexter, Resurrection sees the net closing impossibly tightly around him. Part of the fun of every Dexter program is wondering how he's going to keep getting away with it. It seems unthinkable that this season won't end with Dexter being apprehended, killed, or compelled to do the one thing he hasn't been willing or able to do in years, get rid of Angel Batista. There are so many things going wrong from so many different directions. Indefinitely. Regarding that, I am unsure of my feelings. Batista's appearance is almost comforting. Similar to the preview of James Dokes, it serves as a reminder that this spin-off respects the show's history while also bringing fresh perspectives to its future. It's a pleasant balance to strike, and Resurrection has done a great job of it up to this point. Batista's death seems like an overly definitive way to end a lengthy story. But what are the options? New York is a small city when you live in the basement of the only person you know, and Batista isn't going to give up on his relentless hunt for the Bay Harbor butcher. Dexter is fortunate to spend the majority of course correction in another of Leon's insane retreats, so he doesn't encounter Batista until he gets home and discovers him teaching Blessing how to dance. However, the ramifications of their contentious exchange are rather clear. We can be confident that Batista will be close to wherever Dexter goes next since he leaves his AirPods in Dex's car so he can track it. However, as previously said, Dexter spends the majority of the episode busy. He is taken to a real castle for an unplanned Lady Vengeance monument and another round of show and tell after being picked up in Leon's fancy chopper at the end of the last episode, just after killing half of the Gemini killers. Given that Leon orchestrated her suicide, his performative reverence is a little rich, thus the Lady Vengeance thing gets a lot of shit. As if it weren't clear, this man has no more moral character than the serial killers he so fervently idolizes. However, Episode 7 of Dexter, Resurrection reminds us that the serial killers are quite a group. Now that Lowell, Mia, and Gareth's hidden twin brother have passed away, both Dexter and our attention are focused on Al and Gareth, who are at the top of Dex's list of targets. Al uses GoPro film of him killing a jogging woman and cutting off her hair to amuse the group because it's his turn to show and tell. Dexter gets distracted by the home video. In this frame of mind, after Harry gives him a little motivational speech, Dexter gives the group his own monologue in which he talks about being a puppet controlled by his dark passenger and the never-ending battle to keep up the facade of normalcy when he isn't looming over his kill table. Dexter isn't usually honest or introspective, so this is a shocking display of both. Leon adores it. Leon is so enamored with it that he feels compelled to talk about his personal situation. At the very least, it provides insight into Leon's possible reaction to the prospect of his collection suddenly diminishing. Dexter must remove Gareth from the board, but he cannot do so in a way that raises suspicions. Therefore, in course correction, he chooses to enrage him by confessing to killing his brother. Gareth is completely taken aback by the intimate conversation and attacks Dexter with his wine glass. With a skillful introduction of its stem to Gareth's jugular, Dex dispatches another murderer. Dexter believes he has accomplished two things at once with a little play-acting that suggests Gareth's ego forced him to consider Leon's visitors as his most recent masterpiece, making him responsible for Lowell's death as well. I wouldn't be certain based on Charley's response. Dexter manages to escape the retreat just in time to meet Harrison at a criminology college tour, where Claudette Wallace, the leader of the lecture, is forced to attend. It's not ideal that Dexter shows up late and that Claudette recognizes him right away. Dexter does some blood spatter pattern analysis on the cold case Claudette is giving a presentation on, and Harrison says he wants to be a police officer. The Morgans try their best to spin their way out of it, but it's obvious that Claudette isn't buying it. There are so many ways that things could go bad for Dex, including Batista visiting his house and Charley growing blatantly suspicious of him,